Galveston Island has so many museums and events, and they're all family friendly. They're all geared toward kids. Not all, but most are geared toward kids. Since we homeschool, we operate mostly on a single income budget. So money's a factor. So the last few places we've gone and visited, I have to be very selective on what I pick and choose to do with the kids. A museum or one event because of the price, because it's not cheap. So one thing I really loved about Galveston Island is that there are so many museums, so many events, and they're all affordable. We have gotten to do a handful of things, and it's been very affordable. So that was one thing that really spoke to me as a homeschool family. Before we go on a trip, I've got lists. I've got a packing list. I've got a grocery packing list, snacks. I've got school. When I think about let's get some things done for school while we're gone. So I've got a fishing list. I've got a beach list for beachwear and towels and all the toys that go along with it. So in my mind, as a homeschooling parent, coming to the island, when I planned on coming to Galveston Island, I thought, okay, what can I incorporate and get school in there somehow while we're on vacation at the beach? So these museums have homeschool curriculums already on their websites. I didn't have to research. I didn't have to try to, place history in here or science in here or math in here. These museums, like the Bryan Museum, the Ocean Star offshore drilling rig, they are geared towards schools, but they're also geared toward homeschooling families. I went to their websites and printed off a worksheet. I printed off coloring books. When we got to Sea, they had island coloring books so that I can just grab one and take it and go. So my littles can color, and they're not just coloring Mickey Mouse. They're coloring the Tall Alyssa ship. They're coloring the Bryan Museum. They're coloring the Rosenberg Library. And so they're learning about the history of the Galveston Island. They're learning about history of our state. It's a fantastic resource, and it's accessible for a busy, crazy homeschool mother that's just trying to get to the beach for a vacation. There's so much to do on the island. Everything is well laid out. I feel like we would go and tour a museum that I had scheduled and planned and had on my itinerary. And that was fun and awesome. And then we would turn and go have lunch. There's places to eat everywhere. It's all family friendly. One thing I love also about Galveston is that on every street corner almost, the Historical Foundation has done a great job putting markers up. There is history everywhere you look. You can walk on the Strand and stop at the confectionery, have an ice cream, and then go to the corner and do a history lesson. And as a homeschool parent, I love that. And for little kids, for my youngers, it's a picture. It's an old photo from the Rosenberg Library. Everything's so well documented. But then for the older kids, you can dig deeper, and the information's right there. Parts of history from Galveston Island that I hadn't even known, and I've been coming here every year almost my whole life. So one thing I loved is the Pier 21 Theater. We went and we saw a little 15-minute clip on the immigrants coming in, or Jean Lafitte and different founders of the island. And there were a ton of things in history that I hadn't even known, that I had never been taught in school, or I might have been taught, but I didn't remember. So when we were walking on the Strand or around the neighborhoods, the old Victorian houses downtown, I would see a historical marker, and it would put a picture of maybe the home before the 1900 storm, and it would give the history of the founder. Maybe this person was an immigrant that came from Switzerland or from Belgium or wherever they came from. So there were so many moments where I had, I didn't even know that we had immigrants come to the state from that country or that place. Hands down, the best thing we did in Galveston was the harbor tour from the Texas Seaport Museum. Fantastic tour, fantastic tour guide, fantastic scenery, of course a great bit of history also. Weather was gorgeous. A vacation rental is a perfect option for a field trip because we don't have to pay for parking. Again, cost is a factor. So I'm budgeting every dollar we're gonna have to spend. We're a single income family because we homeschool. So we don't have to pay for parking when we rent a vacation beach house. We don't have to eat out. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We can cook at home. We run to the grocery store and we have a fully stocked kitchen. I don't have to bring appliances. I don't have to bring my coffee pot. Everything is at the beach house. So we can save money eating out quite a bit. Also, there are a ton of free things to do. If you're on the beach, you don't have to drive and pay for parking at a beach access point. You can walk out on the beach and you can picnic out there. You can fly kites out there. You can build sandcastles. We can stay our whole vacation on the beach and the kids will be happy. So there, you really don't even have to leave to go into the town. If you're trying to escape from city life and people, you can stay on the beach and just enjoy your sun.